What's up? This is Tony from Municipal Waste, and you're listening to the Dan Chan Show.
Hey, Tony, how's things, mate, in sunny St. Petersburg, Florida, USA?
Hello. It's great. Everything's perfect here. The weather is amazing.
As it is all year round, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's especially where we live. It's like if it rains for like 5 minutes, and then it's like beautiful out for the rest of the day.
It freshens the air up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awesome. We love it. Except for I did get hit by a tornado like a year ago. My apartment, like my bedroom, got hit by a tornado.
There's no euphemism in that. That sounds like if your bedroom's being hit by tornadoes, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was fucking crazy. It was insane. I've never experienced anything like it.
Right. The reason you are here is you're releasing Electrified Brain on July the 1st. Now, I've heard it ahead of release, mate. It's everything we want from you guys. Are you excited to be getting this out, especially after the last couple of years we've had?
Yeah, definitely. We worked our ass off on it, and yeah, it's great to finally have something. I don't know. It's just been a couple of years for everybody, and we just spent a lot of time trying to create something that would be like the soundtrack to when we finally got the fuck out of here, you know, like finally left our houses and we're able to like go out and do shit again. So hopefully this brings back a little bit of positive energy into the world that is, I feel like, much needed.
Exactly. Now, you're very much a live band and suffered as tours fell as the pandemic gained weight. Is this when you thought it'd be a good time to write and record a new album?
Yeah, we were already in the process of writing before the shit hit the fan. So we kind of were able to not rush as much. We were kind of like, oh fuck, we got to get it done. We had a tour booked. We had a tour booked with Black Dahlia Murder and Testament, and that was canceled literally like 2 weeks before. So we were like rushing our songwriting a little bit to try to get as much done as possible before that tour, because that tour is like kind of long. It was like 5 weeks or something. Yeah. So we were busting our butt to try to get that going. And once that got canceled, we kind of sat back for a little bit and was like reassessed everything. And we're like, you know what, we're just going to take our time on it and do it right. And we really took our time.
Well, I was going to say because I mean, every band I've spoken to that's recorded during the pandemic, they've had a lot of time to do it. And is that a help or a hindrance? Because sometimes if you've got a deadline, you don't mess about too much. You get it done, and you get the project done. But sometimes if you've got too much time, you can tweak too much.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I feel like definitely when you're writing like more like punk kind of shit, overthinking the songwriting is not a good thing usually. But no, I definitely, I know for a fact that there's shit that would not have made it on this record if we didn't have time to tweak it. And some of the best fucking songs, like, I don't know, you've said you've heard it, but like, yeah, the second song, Demoralizer,
yeah.
Crank the Heat, which are like two of my favorite songs on the record personally. And those were throwaway songs. Those were songs really? that they were literally in the trash, and like, and we like, I took them and reworked them and moved some shit around, and the other guys added stuff, and we were like, and I feel like some of that is like some of our better material we've written. It sounds different too. It's not like it doesn't sound like our normal shit. So stuff like that, having that shit to be on the record, like, it helps mix things up too, and it keeps the album like an interesting listen, you know. So yeah. So normally I would say that, yeah, like sometimes when you're under the gun, you make better shit, but we lucked out. I think
yeah, definitely 100%.
Yeah. Now, I'm very happy with the finished product.
Well, that's it. Now these tracks are a riot. I mean, is it fun writing the tracks? Is it fun having the process of? Do you have a laugh in the studio? Do you have a laugh when you're writing the tracks, or is it more of a serious? Is it a different side to Municipal Waste we don't see?
Once I got used to the writing process, now like living away from them, we figured it out. The first half of the writing process was kind of a pain in the ass and stressful and not normally how we do it. But then once we clicked, I met this guy in my neighborhood who's like a recording engineer that's like into like punk and metal like me. Like his favorite band's like RKL and shit. And
Yeah.
like, so we were like, all right, like me and him were like clicked, and I kind of explained to him like what I was doing, and he helped me with the record so much, and we both just had a really good time bouncing ideas off each other and getting creative. So I didn't see my bandmates for like a fucking year. So we wrote most of this record with me not even like near them. I hadn't even seen them. So how we were writing was they would send me shit, and I would mail it back to them with me singing over it. And man, I re-demoed these songs 4 times.
Wow.
Because I had the option to, which A, we had time and B, like, this new setup I had, it was easier, and it was like, it was just made things better. So, being able to have that, it turned into a real fun situation. But yeah, to answer your question, like, there was a fun aspect to it, but normally it's stressful being in the studio, especially for us.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I saw them in over a year. Like, so it was fun because we were like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah. So do you think the writing? This is a new normal for you guys to write this way, seeing as it worked?
Yeah. And I think now that it's opened up, I think we'll do a little bit of both. Like, I'll probably be going back up to Richmond a lot more often. It was just the timing of this record was like the perfect storm of like shit, like it was just like the second we were supposed to leave a tour, the second I would have a practice scheduled. So when I did, and then when I did actually, like when we were going to start gigging again, I was on my way to the fucking airport to fly back to Richmond to do rehearsals. And my brother had a fucking heart attack.
Oh, Christ.
So like, and he's fine now. He made it. He survived. But they found him dead in the fucking parking lot.
Wow.
And they revived him, and I was literally like on the way to the airport. Like, I mean, so there was just not only just global pandemic, I was dealing with like family turmoil and just like a lot of fucking obstacles to like. Yeah. it's been a wild ride, man.
Yeah.
But like when I hold the record in my hands, sign of the times, and it's like, it's something that was positive, that was created from that whole fucking nightmare. It's a chapter for sure.
So tell me how you think you're evolving album on album. I mean, this album sounds great. It ticks all the boxes for me. It sounds heavier. I mean, when I first listened to it, I was driving and I felt my right foot getting heavy on the accelerator. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you think you're evolving as you're getting on?
Well, production wise, we decided to go with our buddy Arthur Risk, who he's been doing a lot of killer shit. He's mostly dealt with a lot of like hardcore and metal bands, but that's kind of like right up our alley, So we were like figured, he was just like working on a Cro-Mags record when we were up there working on it too, So I heard, like, I like the shit he did. Well, for me, what sold me on him, not only as a person, him being just a cool guy, and he worked with Power Trip, and those are good friends of ours too. We just knew, like, what impressed me the most was his production he did on the Sacred Reich record, the most recent one. Yeah. That record sounds fucking awesome. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I think, I don't want to sound exactly like this record, but I think he's the guy that's going to get the sound that we want. And he was, and it was the best decision we could have made going with him.
Absolutely. Now, I've got to ask you this because I've always thought about this with you guys. Your short tracks. Now, when you're writing these like 50-second tracks, is it because you want to get like a quick quip in? Like, for example, thrashing my business and business is good, for example. What's the mentality behind it?
Oh, shit. That was the first song we ever wrote. So if you want to know about what the mentality was going through my brain when I was 24 years old, being drunk off my ass in a dingy fucking basement, who knows?
I'm going to keep it to a 50-second track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I mean, dude, I love like, like old like SOD and like DRI and like that early crossover fast in your face, short, fun, like almost punk sounding
Yeah.
kind of shit that keeps it aggressive
Yeah, of course.
and catchy as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Oh yeah, of
So
course.
like
Of course.
that shit always stuck with me. So that was a big influence on
Right.
me. So maybe we were just kind of like, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Lay it down. Keep it in.
We were always just jokers too. So we were always kind of like especially our old bass player, Andy, he, at that time frame when we were writing real short songs, it was kind of like get in, get out, like try to like cram as much interesting shit into like a short amount of time as possible and then get out of there.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Now,
our live sets were like 10 minutes long. I'm not even joking. Like,
just repeat the set.
We would just
go again.
Play for 10 minutes. I think our first tour we did in like England too. Like there's like a YouTube video of it, and it's like 15 minutes. It's like cool. We flew all the way to England to play for 15 minutes.
Brilliant. Now, you said, and obviously, you're not a ballad band, right? We're not writing any love ballads to sell records. Of course you're not. But if there was a gun to your head, which ballad from another band would you include on an album in Municipal Waste style? Which one would it be?
A ballad.
If you had to. If someone said to you, look, Tony, I'm going to blow your brains out just like that T-shirt if you don't put this track on the album, which one would it be? Come on. There's got to be one.
Oh, all right. I got to think of a ballad. I got to think of a ballad that I even like.
It can't be that hard. You got to have one that's going to
What is the Rose? What is that? Bette Midler?
Come on.
Oh, no. Is it a... it's like some say love is a river. What's that song?
I don't know what you're on about.
Come on, you fucking know. You're a radio DJ.
I don't know. I don't know. Just
Bette Midler song.
Just keep going. Give me another verse of that.
The name of the song.
We'll move on. We'll move on. Now, I just mentioned that T-shirt, and I can't chat to you. Here he goes. I can't chat to you without mentioning this Trump T-shirt, right? I know you probably had enough of it, but how much flack did you get for it? And, for those who haven't seen it, it's an image of Trump blowing his brains out, which is, what a lot of people want him to. Who came up with that?
I think that was a couple of us. I think Phil had the it was supposed to be an Iron Reagan shirt, actually.
Right.
And, we were playing a show. Municipal Waste wasn't very active at the time. We weren't really touring that much, but we were flying to LA to do a show in LA, and that was I think when we made that shirt, it was before he was even running for president.
Oh,
so
right, really?
Or it might have. Yeah, it was real early on. But that was when he first started talking about that border wall bullshit. So we were.
What did you put on the back?
What
was on the back of the T-shirt? What was on the back?
It said the only walls we build are walls of death. That's what that is a reference.
That's right.
What we were referring to.
Yeah.
So it was very like at the time we were just like, we're playing LA. Municipal Waste says we have this shirt design we were going to use for Iron Reagan, but we'll just use it for Municipal Waste since we're playing in LA. We're actually near the border wall or whatever bullshit he was trying to do. And then so we'll just make this shirt for that, and then it ended up like get in the news and Kathy Griffin's crying on TV.
Really? Did it get that far? Is that really?
Oh yeah, because she said something about him, and then everybody started raising hell, and it was just a mess.
Did you get any?
I'm glad. I'm glad that like the world's healing from that, and we're just kind of all moving on. I definitely never ever can want to be in a political band.
No.
I always like to think our music is like all inclusive, like all walks of life.
Yeah.
And like it just, I feel like, we were still forever that guy, but like, I just felt like I didn't want to be the mouthpiece of like,
no, I understand.
Especially not the Democratic Party or anything like that. Like we're just not a political band, but fuck that guy too. Anyway,
it's all fuck. So you are a touring band. That's where you love it. Touring wise, what's happening now? Things are normal as such.
I mean, we. It's you got to be careful. I just got COVID, so
Oh, right, really?
I like literally still have a headache from it.
Oh, shit.
Like, yeah, I think I got it on my flight home coming from the tour. Like we played our last show because nobody else has it. Nobody got it but me. So I think I caught it on the flight home, or somewhere really close to after. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, it's back to normal, but I will say that people should be careful at least a little bit, especially if you're traveling or if you're be around people. I don't mind wearing a mask.
No.
Because I think people's breath smells like I'm short, right?
I find myself walking around shops singing lyrics now with my headphones in now, and now I don't wear a mask. I find it very difficult. I feel like I've been programmed to wear a mask for the last 2 years. You know.
Yeah, difficult. Man, I'm short, so people's mouths are like right at my nose, and I hate that shit. So like, yeah, man, and also like you remember when you wear the mask and you maybe like have your tongue out and making weird ass faces, like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's it. I know. So when was your first show after the pandemic, and what was it like? Was there any like anxiety climbing on stage, any nervousness?
Dude, it was incredible. Yeah. So all right, I told you about my brother. And I was dealing with that sort of thing. So that was around the same. That was when we were going. That shit happened with my brother when we were going up to rehearse.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get a chance to rehearse. Now, on top of all that insane stress that was going on, I also got like pretty gnarly knee surgery on my left knee a few months before that. Mm-hmm. So the doctors were like, "You're probably not going to be able to play these shows." Mm. So there was a lot of factors weighing down on us.
You didn't fancy a throne, like a Dave Grohl or Axl Rose throne?
Nah, fuck that. I mean, I nothing against it, but I don't. I mean,
it's not you, is it? It's not you.
I don't think it would be. If we were on tour, yeah, of course, but we're just flying out and do a couple of shows. I don't know if it'd be worth. Yeah. But here's it was very crazy. Travel wise, we had to fly to Philadelphia. We had to play our first show back in Philadelphia. The next night, we had to fly. Not even the next night. That night, we had to go to the airport immediately off the stage, fly across the country to Las Vegas, and play outside in the evening. That next night.
Right.
So. And I could barely walk. So there was a lot of stress. And we were like, I don't know if this is going to be possible. But I tell you, once we were like halfway through our set in Vegas, and I'm getting chills talking about it. But there was this feeling like halfway through the set where it's like, we're all looking around and we're like, we could pull it off. Like, we're back. We're doing this. We're at it again. Yeah. Like that was the first time being on that stage. First time I was playing music with them in 2 years, like special. Actually in the room with them while, like we were recording together, but I wasn't like singing with them or anything.
Yeah, of course.
So it was like, it was special, it was a fucking really cool feeling that I don't think we'll ever have that again. Like that was just a really special time and place for that to happen. And it fucking ruled. Yeah. Absolutely. It was very exciting.
So touring wise, what's happening? You're getting over to Europe. I see you're touring the States in August, I believe. What's happening in the rest of the world?
We're doing Europe with Anthrax in September, the end of September, most of October, pretty much the entire American football season. I'm going to be in Europe.
Oh, so, no. Yeah. Who's your team off the record?
Tampa Bay.
No, they can't have always
I'm
been
from
Tampa
here,
Bay.
Man. I live here.
Oh man, I know that, but I'm a Bears fan, and I've been a Bears fan for 35 years. And I
love the Bears. I like the '85 Bears was like always my shit.
Oh mate, football is my sport, mate. I'm American football is crazy. In my household, my two boys, one is a Rams fan, one's a Bengals fan, and they've been like that for 5 years. So you can imagine what the Super Bowl was like.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that must have been awesome.
It was mental. It was mental, mate, in this household. And obviously, it's 2 o'clock in the morning here as well. So it's frantic. There's tears. By 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, there's tears, there's happiness. It was crazy, man. I've never experienced a Super Bowl like it. Anyway.
That's awesome.
So tell me your favorite place to play, your most memorable show. Give me some tour facts from you guys.
Tour facts. We like LA a lot. Like, we just have a bunch of old friends there. I lived there for a year, and so we just have a lot of history in LA. London is always a fucking banger.
Yeah.
There's like certain festivals that were always great. Like we always do Hellfest, and that's always a fucking wild ass time.
Amazing show.
Punk rock bowling. There's like the Decibel Festival. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. We also like just playing fucking small ass clubs and wrecking shit. Like so, I don't know. We're lucky. We're able to like
can I
branch out and do a lot of different stuff.
Could I predict that one of your most memorable shows will probably be your first show after the pandemic, or is there another one?
For me, yeah, I would say, yeah, that gig I was just talking about, where the one where he flew to Vegas after, but Philly and Vegas is like a double whammy. It felt like one show. It was like, I felt like Phil Collins and Live Aid,
Live Aid, London and Philadelphia on Concord, of course.
But it wasn't like, it wasn't as crazy, but we were pulling it off, and my ass is just like limping from one stage on the other coast to the other.
That's cool. Yeah, man. That's cool. Now the band has a beer, and how many do you get many samples? How did this happen?
Oh, man, we've done a few beers actually. Yeah, we're working on a whiskey too. I don't even know if that's a thing I could talk about, but I just did. So, but yeah, we have a beer coming out with Three Floyds. I think it's a pale ale. Yeah. And Three Floyds is by far like one of my favorite breweries. They're based out of like Chicago, Indiana area.
Lovely.
Sorry, I'm burping.
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about beer. I can burp, right? But yeah, so they do a great job. So I think that's going to come out like the week the album's released too. So
right, that's awesome.
I don't know. There's a lot of exciting going on. We're doing a coffee with this company called Dark Matter, and it's like Electrified Brain, the coffee. What a good name for coffee.
So let me do you mind if I can ask you, because I know the amount of bands that do these things now. I mean, a lot of bands are doing like coffees and beers and whiskeys and wines and all sorts. Do you get involved do you get like, this is what you're going to be putting your name to, or do you sit there and have a little taste and smell, and do you go through the whole process, or is it more like our name's on the packet?
Oh yeah. I mean, they'll send us samples of shit and we approve it. Most of the beer stuff, like our drummer is like the fucking beer wizard, man. Like he's well respected. He's been there since before it was like such a crazy thing, but he just has a lot of history with a lot of breweries and people in that scene. Brilliant. He knows what he's talking about, so we usually trust him. We kind of get an idea of what we want, know, and
it's what Dave wants. It's what Dave wants.
Dave makes the magic happen,
Now he also owns a vegan restaurant, right? Do you eat there often? Where's that? Obviously in Richmond.
When I was in Richmond, when I would be up there, it's awesome. Hang Space is what it's called.
Are you vegan as well?
So if you're ever in the Richmond, no, but I support it. I eat it as much as possible. But sometimes I eat some chicken wings.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, like a lot of the guys in the band are, or in our camp. Like some of our people that work with us. So we're surrounded by it all the time. So I'm fully supportive of it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, how can I be like fuck eating healthy?
Yeah,
it's I'm not gonna die on that hill.
Now, here's a couple of random questions. I think you'll do well on this, Tony. Right? Okay. If you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would you ask?
Where do we go when we die?
All right, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
if we go anywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, death, just death in general.
Just
man.
death.
Like that is the question, right?
Death. Yeah, we
like
all want
Prometheus. Like, where's life?
We want to know. We'll never know. We want to know. We'll never know. Yeah. But okay, and this one.
And also, man, who the took my debit card at the bar the other night?
Yeah. That's what happened. Did you get
that's the one That's the one question I just wasted on that. Like,
that's fine. Now another one. Here we go. What quote or saying do people love to say, but is actually complete bullshit?
Oh, live, laugh, love.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's the best answer I've had, mate. You've just nailed it. You've got the crown.
Stupid.
Live, laugh, love.
Stupid.
What a load of bullshit. I love it. That's won the year for me, mate. That. Right. Finally, Tony, send a message to the fans for me. Go.
Oh, what's up, y'all? Thank you so much for supporting us, and fucking hopefully we'll see you soon, one place or another.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Now, Tony, it's been a total pleasure having you on the show. Good luck with the release, and I hope to see you in Europe with Anthrax.
Yeah, damn right, man. Thank you so much for the support, and yeah, see you soon.